Good evening, everyone, and welcome along to another RWA Productions podcast. And tonight we are joined by a few people from Sunderland, and we are joined by Paul Wilson and Acacia Cameron-Jude and Jack Lincoln. But unfortunately, Jack Lincoln and Acacia Cameron-Jude can't join us this evening. But we've got a few shout-outs to give on the channel this evening. Yes, shout-outs on the channel. Yes, got a couple. So I want to give a couple of shout-outs to Kieran Lee Oxley, Paige Robinson, and Guardians of the North. Yes, so a few shout-outs to them. I want to give a shout-out for Kieran Lee Oxley because he wanted to give me a shout-out on the channel this evening. I want to give a shout-out to Paige Robinson for what she does for us in my life, and I want to give a shout-out to Guardians of the North because if it wasn't for Joe Jones saving many, many paedophiles and many, many children from this country, then you know what? It's brilliant of him doing that. So I want to give a thank you to Joe Jones for saving many children's lives. Not paedophiles' lives. No, fuck that. So, yes, so this evening, guys, we're going to be talking about our Deepdale review of the game at Deepdale, and I want to talk about, obviously, this weekend's game at Rotherham United at home. Yes, Rotherham United. So Sunderland take on Rotherham United at home at 3 p.m. tomorrow. Yes, 3 p.m. tomorrow we take on Rotherham United. So, put down in your score predictions for tomorrow's, guys, because I'm still waiting for Paul Wilson. He's still not on, so we'll do some score predictions while we wait for Paul Wilson. What's your score predictions? Drop them down in the comment section below. And before Paul Wilson comes on, I want to give a shout out as well to, obviously, again, Guardians of the North. Obviously, I don't know if Guardians of the North are on this channel or Joe Jones is on this channel, at least to say a good thank you, or else what we'll do. But Joe Jones, I want to give you a shout out as well for Guardians of the North because it's amazing what you do saving children's lives. You basically go up and down the country so many times to save children's lives. It's absolutely amazing for what you do. It's amazing. Catching, obviously, you know, obviously people who talk to young people online. It's a great thing what you do, Joe. And you know what? If it wasn't for you around, this world would be, I don't know, this world would be just bonkers at this moment in time. But to be honest, I want to give a thank you to Joe Jones. So, this weekend's game against Rotherham United. So, obviously, we've got no striker still. Yes, we've got no striker still. The only striker who can start on Saturday, obviously who isn't even a striker anymore, apparently, he's a fucking cam, is Bradley Dack. Yes, Bradley Dack. He is the only striker who's going to start for Sunderland this weekend. And the reason why you can hear my voice, how I'm getting fucking sick of getting no striker in, because Speakman, what on earth are you fucking doing, man? Get your striker in. Get your striker into Sunderland Football Club. I don't know what on earth you are doing. But apparently, a few weeks ago, I'm going to just pretend this is Speakman's notepad, right? Speakman turns around and goes, if a striker doesn't come in, we've got alternatives. So, we've had 5 alternatives this season. We've had 5 alternatives in this summer transfer window, right? Lee Farrell on the chat. He says, Bradley, hi, Lee Farrell. Who's this strange person coming on? Hi, Lee, you all right? Long time no see. I haven't seen you on this channel for a while, mate. How you doing? You all right? So, Christian Speakman, obviously, it's his fault. It's not Tory Mowbray's fault whatsoever. I feel totally sorry for Mowbray, in fact. Christian Speakman, apparently he turned around and says, there's 5 signings coming through this window. Apparently, there's 5 strikers being bidded for submittance. But there's no one still here. Apparently, right on his notepad, he had different signings. So I had this striker for just make it up. He had this signing for 2.5 million. This signing for on loan. This signing for 2 million. This signing on loan. This signing for 1 million. Where the fuck are they? Seriously, where are they? God. A few comments on the live chat. Here says Lauren. Hi Lauren, you alright? How you doing? We've got a couple of comments being busy. Nice one, Lee. I heard you down in Brighton. Hello, says Acacia Cameron Jude. Are you alright, Acacia? How are you doing? Kieran Leoxy on the chat says, hi, Brad, I'm watching you live. Alright, Kieran, how are you doing? You alright, mate? Carl Stewart says, Harry boss. Yeah, not too bad, thanks, Carl. Doing really, really well, thank you, Carl. Hi, Bradley says Kieran again. Himia will be starting tomorrow. He isn't playing for the under-23s tonight. Well, that means if he's not playing for the under-23s, that means he'll start tomorrow, yes, or probably on the bench, probably. But I don't see him, obviously, on the bench. I'll see him starting tomorrow, to be honest, if that's the case now, then. And Ray Farrell says, I think we'll struggle all season. Yes, I think we'll all struggle. I think we'll struggle all season, to be honest, this season. I don't think we've got hardly any, backup. We haven't got no backups this season. I need to get on with you soon. If I send you a link, you're more than welcome to join me, obviously, because you're part of this channel as well. 2 minutes, I'll send you a link across because you're welcome as well on this, to be honest. 1 minute, I'll send you a link. Because we're quite low on numbers tonight, to be honest, we're quite low. So that will make perfect sense if you joined. We'll struggle until Ross is going to be back. Says Acacia Cameron Jude, exactly. Roscoe needs a bit of cover because obviously Roscoe was a bit he's injured, to be honest, at the minute, isn't he? I thought Paul was coming on to Acacia. He is coming on, he's just having a bit of trouble setting his PC on. So this is why you're going to hear my boring voice for 7-8 minutes. Oh, I'm talking about Paul Wilson. He's finally arrived. Yes, he's finally arrived. He's in the building. So, a couple of comments on the chat. He says, are you okay as Paige joining live? No, she's not joining live, Kieran. Need to start him, exactly. We need to start him. Exactly. Lee Farrell says, I don't see Roscoe staying a lack of experience. If I was Tory Mowbray, I would walk. Exactly, I would walk if I was Tory Mowbray as well. I feel sorry for Mowbray at this moment in time, to be honest. I thought Paul was coming on. Yes, he's coming on. Don't you worry. Okay, mate, no worries. Paul, can you send that link to Carl Stewart if you don't mind? Because he wants to join.
I'll send it now.
Thank you. Brad, mate, as you said, everyone was free. Yeah, everyone's kind of not free anymore. Jack Lincoln's not joining still. I think he's out on the drink, to be honest. Don't blame him. Paul says Acacia Cameron Jude. We've got...
Hello, Acacia.
We've got... He was making everyone wait, says Lauren Kelly.
I was trying to phone Mowbray to see what's happening tomorrow.
Don't blame me. Carl Stewart says we'll have the best young team in the league last season. Exactly, we'll have the best young team in the league last season. Obviously, the likes of Ahmad, we'll have the likes of, obviously, Lahaji. Obviously, he left to join, obviously, I don't know what team. I think it's a Middle Eastern team he joined. I can't remember. But he joined some kind of team in the Middle East. I miss Ahmad, OKX. Yes, okay. I miss Ahmad as well, not going to lie. Kieran Oxley, thumbs up. Ray Farrell says if we're looking for some leadership, we are lacking some leadership, and Bath possible exit, we are knackered. We are knackered indeed. We need to try and get some more signings in, because before Paul joined, I was pretending to be Christian speaking with his little notepad. I was like, 5 signings, five strikers apparently meant to be coming, right? Obviously, if one... Oh, bloody hell. That's a nice name, that music, everyone.
Is he bringing the signing?
Kieran Elksy on the chat. Do you remember the channel? He says, hello, Paul. Hello.
Hi, Kieran.
How are you doing? Just to give you a shout out as well, because obviously I've given a couple of shout outs this evening. One for Kieran Elksy, one for Paige Robinson, and one for Guardians of the North. Because obviously, why I give Kieran Elksy...
Hi, Shannon. Hi, Lee.
Hi, Shannon. Hi, Lee as well. Right, take that off. 2 minutes so I can take that off. Right, okay. So, Rotherham United this weekend at the Stadium of Light. 3 p.m. kick-off. Can Sunderland make their first win of the 2023-24 campaign. Can they beat Rotherham? No strikers yet again, other than Hamia Semedo, an out-of-out striker I'm all about. I'm not about a proper striker, I'm all about an out-of-out striker. Because that's all we've got in our club. Yes, Bradley Duck isn't a striker, he is a cam. So, unfortunately, people say to me that Bradley Duck's a striker. No, he's not. He's not.
He's not.
He's not. He's just a Pritchard, to be honest, or he's just a, I don't know, maybe he's just a Pritchard, because I think that's all we've got is cam as well, Pritchard. Our club's just terrible. We need to sign more players, I think, between now and the end of the window. But
it looks like Pritchard's been told to leave the club.
Right, this is the thing what I'm going to get on about as well in a minute, because you know what, I'm fucking sick of this football club, I am. Paul Wilson, Rotherham United game before we even get into that more. What do you think? Tomorrow. Where do you even start? In case you'll back us up on this, I said to her earlier, the only way we will win is, I'm sorry, but Danny Bath has to play. I think that's the only way. Danny Bath playing, you've got no fucking chance in that happening. Mowbray
apparently Mowbray doesn't want Danny Bath at Sunderland. That's why he's not playing him.
What?
Unless, I don't know, but I haven't heard anything, unless the club has told Mowbray not to play Danny Bath. He must be going. Must be, if we're not playing him.
It's obvious, isn't it? It's obvious. If we're not playing him, he'd be going somewhere. I think I think QPR. I think he's going to QPR, because I think he's obviously had transfers from them. Bloody hell. Hello, Lee says Acacia Cameron Jude. Lee says hello from sunny Brighton. Good evening, Lee. Very cloudy up here.
Do you want some rain there, Lee? There's plenty up here.
There's plenty up here, in fact. I thought the Rotherham fan was coming on. Well, apparently what I've been told this evening, New York Talk sent me a message last night saying unavailable, sorry. That's all I've said, 2 words, unavailable, sorry. And I'm like, you're a professional podcast. You shouldn't be saying that. I'm like, literally, I messaged him 6 weeks ago saying, oh, do you fancy coming on the 18th of bloody August? I turned around going, yes, of course, I've got someone lined up for you. And I'm like, what? But next week, guys, we will definitely be having a guest on, because you know what? The Coventry City guest will be coming on next week from Sky Blues Fans TV. Yes. Don't know.
Let me guess, it's Miles.
Maybe Miles Cannon once again, guys. Yes, he could be. Or it could be, what do you call it, Ken Stewart? That's what it could be.
Danny Bath wants to join Blackburn. Pritchard wants to join Stoke. What?
Well, Lee Farrell, he knows it all, because he's a Sunderland football club himself. He's fucking doing the job there. So
Lee may as well be a journalist. He knows it all.
Lauren Kelly says he isn't a striker. Who the hell is saying that about Bradley Duck? Yeah, exactly. I don't know who the fuck's saying that. Lauren Kelly says it's personal reasons why Pritchard wants to leave. Oh, that's interesting. That is very
I think it could be attitude as well.
I heard about the attitude situation. I heard about that as well, but there's no need to let a player walk out like that, man. Like, come on. Oh wow. I'll be saying a lot of things in a minute about Pritchard, to be honest. Lee Farrell, I wish we want a draw, but I want a tough but I will say a tough start of the season. Think you have to respect the player's decision if it's personal terms. Yes, exactly. We want to respect the player's decision. Of course we do. Well, obviously, yeah, we've got to. 0 wins until October. Lee Farrell says, well,
I hope it's not.
The thing is, if it's 0 wins until October, all we can say is we'll get relegated. That's the case, but I don't want that.
If it's that, Mowbray will definitely walk.
He'll go.
He's getting no help.
He wouldn't sit here. Exactly. It'll be the wages. That's why as well.
For Danny Bath.
For Danny Bath, yeah. And obviously, it's personal reasons for Pritchard. Apparently, Lee Farrell says Bath wants to join Blackburn and Pritchard wants to join Stoke. That's why it's obvious because Alex Neil signed him when he was our manager. Well, the thing is, Alex Neil is a bum sniffer. That's all I've got to say.
I never thought I would actually hear that. I never thought I would hear that.
Where's that fucking notepad? Right, there it is. Alex Neil, bum sniffer. Norwich City, he had Pritchard. Sunderland, he had Pritchard. Stoke City, he had Pritchard, hopefully. What the fuck's going on? What the hell is going on here?
And then Alex Neil leaves Stoke and he takes Pritchard with him.
Stoke. He's like Pritchard's fucking handbag carrier. That's what he's like. Wherever he goes, he has to go.
He's not his agent, is it?
It's not. Oh, yeah, I'm really surprised. Lee Farrell says, I'm not saying much anymore, but I'll leave you this big up family game night. Have a lovely night. Thank you very much indeed, Lee. Thanks for coming on. Appreciate it.
Yeah, take care, brother.
Take care, Lee. Take care, mate. Acacia says, I'm telling you now, it's because Speakman of all this. Exactly. All this is Speakman's fault. You can't blame Tony Mowbray. You can't blame Tony Mowbray. Who was fucking blaming Tony Mowbray, for God's sakes? I've seen everyone blaming Tony Mowbray recently. Yeah, well, it's not the manager's fucking fault. It's the bloody ones up there. Curly Dreyfus and Speakman, what's going on? Oh my God.
But to be honest, I was looking on Twitter, I think it was yesterday, I think. Somebody actually put on Twitter that they would actually blame Tony Mowbray if he actually walked. I was like, eh? How can you blame him
if he walks?
When he actually walks?
Well, what you fucking blame is you blame that fucking nugget up there. That's how you fucking blame for fucking not giving them the materials. Jesus Christ, the Lord. Some fans these days don't even know what they're talking about.
I actually think this is the way Alex Neil was treated me by Speakman.
Well, you know what? If that was the case, I feel bad for Alex Neil as well. And if that was the case, I'll feel bad for him. Good job,
I think it is because, well, put this way, do you think Alex Neil actually wanted half these players that we've got?
No, I don't think. And to be honest, if obviously, if Speakman didn't do Alex Neil, I think Alex Neil would have still been here now. That's what I think.
Yeah, it's the same here.
I think he would have stayed. To be honest, and you know what? I think our club would have been in the Premier League by now. If that wasn't the situation with Willie Christie and Speakman and whatnot, I think our club would have been in the Prem. Because obviously Alex Neil's promoted Championship clubs as well, and he'll know what to do. So, to be honest, Christie and Speakman, it's all your daft fault, mate. I'm not going to lie, I can't blame anybody else other than Speakman. To be honest. The only problem I can blame Mowbray for, and I'll tell you this now, right? I'm going to get it out on my chest because I'm going to say this. I haven't said it in a couple of weeks, but I think it's getting it off my chest. Tony Mowbray, the only reason why I think it's your fault, pal, it's not obviously because it's the manager's decisions and stuff, not to lose games, not to win games and stuff. It's to manage a game because all I see every time is Mike Dodd and fucking Proctor out there. I don't see Tony Mowbray on the sidelines that much. I don't see him. I don't say that much. Do you say that much, Paul? You know, on the thingy. You know,
I didn't see. Well, I actually watched all the pre-season games, and I didn't see Mowbray take one pre-season game.
Exactly. All I've seen was Proctor.
All pre-season games was Mark Venus, Proctor, and Dodds. Yeah. Mowbray was just on the sidelines.
Well, you know, the Preston
that friendly at home. Mowbray didn't even take that either. The only games he's took is to start the season.
So what?
I feel sorry for him though because his contract is out at the end of this season.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting what we do. Will we keep him, or do we just let him go?
Lauren Kelly says, Alex, you wanted one thing and one thing only, more money. Well, going to get into that situation as well in a minute, because obviously I'm going to talk about Neil as well, to be honest. But the first things first I'm going to talk about, which I'm not very happy about, is Alex Pritchard. I'm not very happy about him either, because I know Pritchard leaves for personal reasons. I totally understand that. I totally get why he's left for personal reasons, if that's the case. But Christian Speakman, Tony Mowbray, well, not Tony Mowbray, more Speakman, more KLD, more Stuart Harvey, more everyone around him. Why can't one of them sit Pritchard down, sit him down, and have a talk to him? Why can't they? Why can't they just sit down and have a big talk to them? Obviously, why? Obviously, Pritchard doesn't. Obviously, why Pritchard wants to leave? Because the one reason why I think Pritchard wants to leave for is obviously he either wants to join Alex Neil at Stoke City. That's one reason. Or he's just leaving because it's personal reasons, obviously, or just leaving because I don't know if it's about his attitude problems. I don't know if it's about that.
Do you not think Pritchard wants more game time?
Well, I think that as well, to be honest, as well, because obviously
since he's brought Jobe in, Jobe is actually starting nearly every game. Pritchard's just been in the the cup games and that.
Yeah. Well, Jobe Bellingham, I don't think he's any good, Jobe Bellingham. I don't even think he's like his brother. I don't even think he's that good, to be honest. Well, I've seen him anyway.
It's going to be interesting though. If we let Pritchard go, Mowbray did say that Jobe, Pritchard, and Dak would share the same role. But like change it around. Say like tomorrow, I wouldn't be surprised actually if at some point if we do see Dak actually come on, but not like up front. That's one thing Mowbray needs to stop.
No, what I think he
needs to play Semedo a full game.
That's what I'm saying. You need to bring Semedo on and bring him. Well, not even bring him on. I would start him and play him 90 minutes. See what he's like. Because to be honest, we need to try and get him up to fitness levels as well. We need to try and get him up to fitness. Because obviously tomorrow, I think he's ready for a 90-minute game, mate. I think he's ready.
That's what I kind of get because he was in the under-23s game the other night.
I know.
There was a lot of the first time in that.
I know there were like Niall Huggins, there was the likes of
Triantis, Chris Rigg.
Chris Rigg. Yeah, obviously Chris Rigg can't play because obviously he's got concussion, I think I heard. So
for the only player back tomorrow is Gooch.
Yeah, Gooch is back tomorrow, so well done. So he can start or he can be on the bench. I think
he might put him. I think he'll start him, I think.
You think he'll start Gooch, do you?
I think he will.
Where would you put him if that was the case? You wouldn't put him right back because Triune plays right.
Mowbray will find somewhere.
Yeah.
There's always plenty of options. He'll find somewhere where to put Gooch.
Well, he can play a centre back, can't he? Because he used to play centre back a lot last season. He can play with Luco Knight at centre back if with Ballard. Play them three.
Obviously, it'll be interesting though, because the way Rotherham plays, I just hope we actually get a decent performance. To be honest, because like
they play quite well then.
I've been to Rotherham twice, and I've actually seen us lose twice down there.
Well, I remember that one on the 30th of November when we lost 5-1 against them. I remember that very, very well. That wasn't.
Yeah, I was there, and I was at the one with Bowers as well.
Were you there, Paul? With a 5-1 defeat? Were you down there?
Oh.
Pritch brings the experience. The younger ones don't have that. Exactly, they don't have that. The younger ones, but Pritchard brings the experience to the team. Every time when you see Pritchard from the 18-yard box take a free kick, you always know it's either going to miss by a couple of like that. You're either going to have it saved by the goalkeeper or it's going to go into the net. That's what I think with Pritchard, because I think he's good like that.
Pritchard actually changes games as well when he comes on. I've noticed.
He changes a lot of games, to be honest. That's why I like him for as well. Because he changes a lot of games, and I like him just because he's one of my best players. He's one of my favourite players, Pritchard, to be honest.
But to us,
I have
it's
to go
interesting
on
though because Mowbray gave a hint that he will change. I think the hint was that he might change some of the forwards tomorrow. Because Doc was up front against Preston. So I think he will bring Semedo back in.
Yeah, bring Semedo back in, put Doc on the bench, bring him on at some point, or even start him as Cam. Obviously, if Pritchard doesn't start.
But you've got Jobe there as well.
Yeah. If Jobe doesn't start either, which I think Jobe will start.
I think he will.
Yeah. What, like, new players coming in, the likes of Jobe Bellingham-5, the likes of, who else is coming? Obviously, Semedo's coming, Dak's coming, Bishop's coming. How do you think these players have settled in now, Paul? How do you think these players have bedded in now, like the likes of Semedo, the likes of Dak, the likes of Triantis? How do you think they've settled into the football club?
Yeah, I am knowing. I've just seen it there. I actually think these have settled in really well. Actually, the only one we haven't seen really is Jensen Selt.
Oh, right, Jensen Selt. Apparently, he's available next week or something. I heard.
Yeah, he might be back next week. The same as Embleton.
Apparently, Embleton could be back as well, which is a really, really great boost for Sunderland.
Yeah, it is. I actually like Embo.
Yeah, I like him as well. To be honest, I remember that game when he scored against what do you call it, in Wickham in the playoff final. That one really, really.
Oh yeah,
loved my heart for that.
You know it'll be even better when Ross Stewart's back as well.
That'll be miles better if he comes back as well. Comes in.
Because I actually felt I was laughing at Mowbray yesterday actually because he was talking about the strikers, and Mowbray said he fair enough. We've got Ross Stewart coming back. We've got Semedo. That can play as a striker. But Mowbray was expecting another player in today.
Yeah,
he was expecting a lone player from an unnamed Premier League club in today, but that player hasn't come in.
Unless he comes in,
he hasn't signed.
Unless he comes in tonight, at some time. Obviously, he won't play, but I think he'll come in tonight. I will wait from you for You know what? I think I might enter the competition next time if there's a hospitality competition. I think I might enter it. See if I can get free tickets. I can't say Speakman getting new strikers in until Meander is back to full fitness when he's back from injury. Yeah, I forgot about we have Meander as well. I forgot about him.
He doesn't even speak any word of English.
Doesn't even speak any word of English either. So that's going to be a bit of a hard thing. Well, obviously, a lot of players to obviously communicate with him as well.
There's a lot of people that didn't speak English when they came in. Bard didn't even speak English.
Bar Lahaji. He didn't even speak English.
Neither did Michu.
Michu, even though. Tory Mowbray hasn't even mentioned anything about Meander. The likes of Meander.
Because he's injured.
They're injured. I can't even remember when he's back. I don't even know when he's back, to be honest. I haven't heard any injury update from him about him. I'll be able to watch this video tomorrow morning again, mate. So yes, you can, Kieran, if you go onto YouTube. If you type in RWA Productions, type in videos, and it'll be the first one. Just click on it. You can join and you can watch this one back tomorrow with me and Paul Wilson on it. But Paul, in serious notes, what do you think the score prediction is going to be tomorrow? Before we go on to obviously the likes of, I know has to be done though.
I've been thinking of this all day, especially with the referee we've got.
Gavin Ward
as referee tomorrow. 4-1 For me, we've got to win or Mowbray will walk. It's written in the stars.
We'll have to give. We'll have to.
So,
Win. We'll have to say Sunderland win here. To be honest, I don't know.
I think we'll turn it around actually after the last 2 losses we've had.
Mm-hmm.
We need to win. We need to win at home. So I'm going to say 2-1 Sunderland.
2-1 Sunderland. Right. Okay. Right then. This is a score prediction where you never heard me say before for a very, very long time. But I think it's going to be a close game, to be honest, between Rotherham and Sunderland. I think it's going to be very close. I think it's going to be very tight. I think Sunderland have the capability of actually scoring 3 goals. Just obviously feeding them into one of the runners, because obviously you've got Roberts and Clark on each wing. You've got the likes of obviously Semedo up front. You've got the likes of all them. So, to be honest, I think Sunderland will win 3-2. That's what I think. Sunderland will win 3 goals to 2 tomorrow. You actually said that, Paul, on my score prediction. You said 3-2.
Yeah, I did. The actual reason I said that actually is Rotherham. Rotherham has actually just signed a new player as well, and I think he's expected to go straight into the starting lineup.
Is he?
Tomorrow.
Apparently, KCS says if you have a channel called Optus, apparently you can watch the Nottingham Forest game on there. Oh, that's interesting. Didn't know that. Acacia Cameron Jude says that's where I'm watching the Blades game on now. Rotherham haven't announced anything about how many fans could take in. No, I haven't heard much about that, how many fans could take in. I don't know if we'll force out the full allocation. I don't think Rotherham fans have got tickets. Rotherham fans don't have the tickets. Bloody hell. What's going on?
Well, Rotherham's actually got the tickets now.
I don't think. Or they actually have the tickets in their hands.
Yeah, I think it is.
That's good then. Spirit of 37's announced no flags or displays at tomorrow's game. That's interesting.
That is odd, that.
I know.
To be honest, I actually saw something about that a couple of weeks ago.
No,
that the club apparently did stop. The club actually tried to stop some of their displays. Actually,
I hear
some of the games last season.
Not right, like, is it?
Well, the club has stopped it for tomorrow. That's ridiculous.
Apparently she means club stopped it altogether. That's what she probably means. Which of
that's daft.
That's fucking ridiculous, that. So we're gonna go
Safety.
I thought where? Nah. What do you think, Paul, on this? Right, what do you think? Who's the what you with? I don't either, to be honest.
Actually, I think she's spot on. Because the Spurs 37's just put on their announcement there will be no match day flags or banners ahead of tomorrow's game. We await contact from Sunderland regarding pre-match displays and welcome constructive, positive discussions on a way forward. Yeah, the club have actually stopped the flag displays from the 73 group.
Lauren Kenny says, how are you, Brad? Go crazy. Paul, kick off, mate. How are you? We'll kick off. Well, then you shouldn't have stopped that, should you?
Well, since the club have done that, there's going to be no atmosphere in the ground.
I know. There's going to be nothing. But by the way, anyways, let's go back to this. Preston North End won, Sunderland won last weekend. Obviously, we didn't review this game, to be honest. We didn't even review this game because obviously Paul was on holiday, I was away. So
I didn't even see this. I didn't even see the game either.
The funniest thing is, guys, if no one didn't know, me and Paul actually went to the same place, but we didn't see each other. So, yes. So Preston won, Sunderland won. Goal scored by, obviously, the likes of, I can't remember who scored Preston's goal, but Jack Clark scored Sunderland. So
yeah, Jack Clark scored a penalty.
Jack Clark scored a pen in the 31st minute. And yes, that's who scored the goal for Preston. I don't know.
Well, it wasn't Jack Clark.
So Preston North won, Sunderland won. I did watch a bit of the game last week. What can I say about Jobe Bellingham? Oh, what can I say about him? Yes, it was Will Keane who scored for Preston. Yes, it was Will Keane indeed, Acacia. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you, Acacia.
Will Keane, indeed. So Preston won, Sunderland won.
From Wigan. Typical.
Obviously, I'm going to be honest here. We're going to do some player ratings. So, Anthony Patterson, Paul, what would you rate him last week?
Well, I didn't say the game, so I actually thought he did all right, actually.
Anthony Patterson, I think he done all right as well, obviously, until obviously that Preston goal went in. Obviously, it wasn't his fault. Obviously, it came off someone's boogie. Came off someone's, God knows what it came off someone, but God knows what it came off. But Anthony Patterson, except for that goal, what went in, I'll give him a solid 8.5. I think he played quite well, to be honest, last week. Saved quite a few shots last week as well. Obviously, it could have been even worse for Sunderland. Oh, wait, it wasn't 1-1, was it? Why am I saying 1-1? Wasn't? Was it 1-1?
No, they won 2-1, Preston.
Have I got 3-1? 2-1. There we go. So 2-1.
Yeah, because it's odd because Ipswich won 2-1. Preston won 2-1. What's going to happen this weekend? Sunderland win 2-1. How's it going to turn around?
So yes, the next player, Daniel Ballard. What do you think you'll rate him as, Paul? Obviously, we didn't watch it, but
I don't know, to be honest.
Daniel Ballard, I'll give him an 8. I'll give him a solid 8. Daniel Ballard played quite well, obviously, alongside Luke O'Neill last week. Except for obviously that goal when I think it came off Daniel Ballard, to be honest, to score, to obviously that Will Keane score. So it came off Ballard for Keane to score. So to be honest, except from that, I would have given him obviously a 9, but obviously because of that, I'd give him an 8. But obviously I can't be any fairer than that. To be honest, I'll give him an 8 out of 10. So next one is obviously his partner beside him, Luke O'Neill. Yes, Luke O'Neill. Obviously, Luke O'Neill did obviously play against Preston last weekend, but I did not expect him to play. I didn't expect him to play this bad, to be honest. But I'll give him a 7 this weekend because obviously he played all right. I'm not going to lie, he played okay, but in some parts he could have done better. So 7 for Luke O'Neill. Next player is Dennis Serkin. Indeed. And to be honest, I'm going to give Serkin because last weekend I don't even think he done much. So Dennis Serkin, I'm going to give him a 4. I don't think he played well whatsoever last weekend. I think Dennis Serkin was one of the players what obviously did. You know how Dennis Serkin normally runs down the left-hand side, Paul? We didn't see much of that last week. All we seen was passing for football around. That's all we seen.
Yeah.
That's all we seen last week from Serkin. My boy, Lucky boy, says Acacia. So, Dennis Serkin, I'll give you a 4. Right. Next one is obviously the right-hand side, Trey Hume. So, Trey Hume obviously gave a penalty away against Ipswich last weekend or the weekend before, when obviously Ipswich went on to win 2-1. And obviously, no, it wasn't a penalty, it was a free kick, but he saw second yellow card, Trey Hume. But in all fairness, he played really well against Preston, and obviously he expects to start tomorrow as well against Rotherham. So I'll give Trey Hume a 9. I thought he played really well last week against Preston.
So Hume actually got a second yellow card?
Yeah, against Ipswich, and he only missed one game. He missed
yeah.
He missed the Carabao Cup game against Crew Alexander. That's what game we missed. Yes, so Trey Hume, I'll give him a 9 for Preston North End. Next one is we're going to be talking about a lot on Jobe Bellingham. Yes, Jobe Bellingham. To be honest, I didn't see him play that well either. It's what it's certain. I'm giving him a 5. I didn't think Bellingham played that well last week. To be honest, he could have played a lot better than he did. The reason why I'm giving Bellingham a 5 for because he keep losing the ball every time. He wants to keep losing the ball out to like bigger players. Obviously, Bellingham is quite a large player himself. He's 6'2", I think he is, but obviously there were like 6'4", 6'5" players up against him, and obviously you can't get a fucking six. You can't. Obviously, Will Keane 6'5", and obviously Will Keane's quite big and quite tall, quite physical, and obviously Jobe Bellingham's quite like unexperienced really because he's only 17-year-old. So he will get better and better. But I'm not going to lie. I think he's going to get better, but last weekend I can only give him a 5. I'm afraid. He didn't play that well for me. So 5 for Jobe Bellingham. Next player is I thought he played really, really well. This player. And to be honest, I don't see him play that well any time. But I think he deserved man of the match last week. I think he deserved man of the match. And this player goes to Dan Neil. I think he deserved man of the match in the middle of the park. He was controlling the ball really well. He was passing it left, right, and centre. He was even running up the top of the pitch, trying to like obviously work the ball and try and do something. He was actually trying to shoot a few times. Obviously, one shot deflected off the goalkeeper. One shot nearly hit the bar. Was another shot what hit the post. So Dan Neil, his work rate is really, really good on the ball, I think. But obviously, I think it's the final third where he struggles. But I think last week, though, I think he done all that. So I'm going to give him man of the match. Dan Neil, I say it's well done to Dan Neil. One of our local lads. Dan Neil, you're the man of the match, pal. Well done. So next one is Perrier Ekwar. Yes, Perrier Ekwar. Sometimes I can't pronounce his name sometimes. Ekwar, I'm going to give him like Ballard, I'm going to give him an 8. Perrier Ekwar played really, really well last week. Same as Dan Neil. Same as the 2 centre midfielders. I think he played really well, to be honest. Super Premier League on Fire TV stick. Sorry, Brad, it's on there for the Blades game. Right, okay, sure. Thank you. What I'll do is after this live stream is I'll go and watch it. Thank you very much indeed for telling us. So Ekwar 8. Next one is Jack Clark. Yes, Jack Clark. Jack Clark, I think as well, to be honest, I think he played quite well. I'll give him a 9, to be honest, Jack Clark. Obviously, he scored his goal really, really well. He's totally calm and collected from the spot against Preston. He was doing good runs from the left-hand side, crossing into the box. Well, he normally does. He holds the ball up really well, Jack Clark. Well, I haven't seen him much last season. But this season, I think he's getting better and better at holding the ball up and obviously not trying to lose the ball. Hopefully we'll see that tomorrow as well from him, Jack Clark. But this time I'll give him a 9. I remember the last goal against Rotherham, I think Jack Clark actually ran past his defence and he scored, didn't he, Paul? Can you remember at the Stadium Light? When he worked his socks and he scored. What are you looking at? You're looking at something there, what are you looking at?
No, I'm just looking at it. It's a message on Twitter. Apparently, somebody actually received. I don't know when this was, but it's just this is from a guy on Twitter. He actually received a text message from one of his friends. I think they work at the football club.
Mm-hmm.
It's got here, Tony, hope you're well. This is the one he sent it to. Been kicking off at a club recently. Tensions are tight between Speakman and Tony Mowbray. Mowbray has been insistent to bring in someone experienced. However, Speakman doesn't want to, as this comes with a higher price. Speakman under huge pressure from Corollary Dreyfus to deliver as his job is on the line if we don't get playoffs.
Oh, fucking hell. Bloody hell. Crew comments in the chat, apparently goal update, apparently it's 1-0 and Nottingham Forest against Sheffield United, I'm afraid. Sorry to Sheffield United fans. In case Cameron Duke put in the chat, so sorry to Whiskey Senior, sorry everyone who's watching. 1-0 to Nottingham Forest, and Paul's just gone off. I don't know what's going on. Patrick Roberts, I'll give him an 8 out of 10 though. Next player is obviously Bradley Dack. Yes, Bradley Dack. Yes, Dack. So Bradley Dack. Bradley Dack, I'll give him a 9. I thought he played quite well last week against Preston North End. So, that's it from us this evening, guys. That's all I can give you, to be honest. But Rotherham United will be playing tomorrow. Oh, yeah, good forward.
I don't know what happened there.
So, yes, I was just about to say we're wrapping it up now. But Preston North End, obviously, we've talked about. Obviously, player ratings. We've talked about score predictions for tomorrow against Rotherham. Is there anything else you want to add, Paul, before we leave?
Well, I've just seen that our under 23s is getting beat 2-0 off West Ham.
Fucking hell. That's all we hear about. This is all we hear about, really. Sunderland getting beat. That's all we hear about recently. So either something happens or something's happened about the under 21s team, something's happened about the first team. What's going on? So, we're going to wrap this up now from myself and Paul Wilson. I'm going to try and go on some gin and tonic tonight. I think I need it before the game kicks off tomorrow. So from myself, Bradley Young, we'll see you tomorrow at 10:15 as always. Between 10:15 and, I don't know, about 10:45 I'll say. 10:45ish because I've got a friend coming over tomorrow night. So at 10:45 we will be doing the live for the match review against Rotherham United. Paul Wilson, are you free for 10:45 tomorrow evening?
I am.
Perfect. So we'll have Paul Wilson on. We'll have Jack Lincoln making his stage back to the show. And also, hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll have a Casey on as well for the first time this season. So, Casey, see you later, lad. So,
hopefully we'll come back with 3 points.
We'll come back with 3 points on the Stadium Light tomorrow. For Sunderland fans, it's a very short walk from the Stadium Light to Sunderland people's houses. So, fingers crossed, we'll get the 3 points at home.
Rotherham, stay away from the Stadium of Fight without your 3 points. Just leave them with us.
Just leave them with us, right? Yes. So anyway, take care, everybody. See you later. Take care, everybody, and we'll see you all later on. Goodbye, everybody.